Hello kindred spirits, I thought I would share a very short part 2 video of some of the selections for the kitchen, which will include how I'm looking for countertops, backsplash, and cabinet colors. I hope you enjoy this short video. I am right now looking at some remnants for possibly the tavern and for the Butler's pantry. If I don't find something I like, I might go with the honed leathered black granite for all three. But I'm gonna look at the remnants first and see if I can find some that go with the colors that I've already selected for the rooms. And wait until you see the colors I'm doing for the kitchen cabinet, the pantry, and then also the tavern. Looks like I'm actually seeing the marble graveyard of kitchens that they may have taken apart, or these are remnants of remnants. I'm gonna have to explore a little bit more later, but I still have to focus on searching for my pieces. Well, here it is at the next phase. The pipe has been put on, the fake logs are in, the screen's on, but one thing they do have to do, they forgot to bring a can of heat-resistant paint. So what they do is they spray these white rocks with black on the top so that when the flame's going, it looks kind of like the black charcoal at the top with the glowing embers at the bottom. So that will be done once the gas is hooked up and we are ready to go. So I'm pleased about that. Let me show you now what else is going on here. I'm finalizing selections for products here in the kitchen for the cabinets and whatnot and the counters. So in the Butler's pantry, I'm gonna go with a darker color called Briarwood. Now I've used this on 2 houses and it's a beautiful color. It's from the historic line. I'm having a sample cabinet door made, but I do love this color. And I want the pantry to be a little bit more elegant and upscale, so I'm going to go with this quartz. It has the beautiful coloring in the background here, and this is soprano. I'm not firm on the background yet, but I'm looking at maybe a pretty, just clear tile. At one point, I was looking at some of these, which are a little bit more elevated in style, but I think that's kind of pushing the envelope on this age of the home. Even though I want it to be beautiful and a little glam, I don't want to go over the top. I still want it to look like it's in a 1790s home, even though this part are some of the additions. Now for the tavern, this is the cabinet that's coming in. It has a black rub into it. It is the Richmond gray, the Rockport gray with the black. It goes beautifully with the wallpapers that we did. And I do love, let me see, that's my kitchen. I do love this Corian ironstone. It looks like it has some texture, but that's just the sun coming in through the glass. But my concern with the Corian is we are so used to granite countertops. You know, we might put a pan on it. You know, it does well with heat, but it could ruin the surface. So right now, they're gonna search for a granite for me. Prior to what I was going to do was the leathered granite that we had at Groton House, but I wanna do something different. So I think I'm gonna go with the honed granite if we can find something similar. This has almost a soapstone look. I don't want one that has a lot of white veining to it. So they are doing some searching at some of their distributors to see if we can find some slabs to look at. So this or something similar will be used in the tavern laundry area. This is the Rockport gray, which will be also against this, and the cabinet, which is beautiful. And then for the kitchen cabinets, instead of using the bright white, and I'll get the sample just to show you in a minute the difference. This is called, oh my gosh, is it River White? Oh, it's White River. This is Benjamin Moore White River. It has a subtle hint of green. I used this in Groton House on some woodwork around the bee wallpaper, and I absolutely loved it. Up on the wall in a very large piece, it's gonna look more just creamy, but I love how it has that green undertone, and that will also be beautiful with whatever we get for the granite. Behind the stove, they are searching to see if they can find the ceramic beadboard tile that I had at the previous house. Everybody is no longer carrying it that I've searched. Maybe the place in Italy went out of business that made it, I'm not sure. So if they can't find it, I'm looking at, I have a couple more samples coming in. I'm looking at possibly something that has a tumbled look. So this is just one of the samples that has a little bit of a gloss finish to it, if I can get the light to show that. And I also have some matte finish ones coming in to look at. So that's kind of a backup plan if I can't find something for the back that looks like my beadboard, which I really wanted. But this house is gonna be its own style, and I'm okay with, if we can't find the beadboard, I will find something else that I love. Let me go get the white sample and you'll see the difference once I put that up. The sun is just coming in, so I'm gonna try to put it on the piece here. So this is the exact cabinet in color I had at Groton House. We are doing the same panels here in Sugarwood, but this color, when I held it up in the south facing room, was just too bright. And Ben even just said he thought it was a little bit too bright even last time. Oh, look at what my phone's doing, sparkles. I have sparkles on the back here. So you can see it has just a nice creamy look to it. When I was in the store yesterday grabbing samples, the green showed up in the fluorescent lighting. Now this is a green sample that I had, and it doesn't really pull it out. It just looks really creamy unless I turn it. It's probably not reading as much here on YouTube as it does in the house, but oh, I love the little sparkles. See, I'm getting distracted. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing that sample up on the wall, and I think it will be a nice creamy color. Now let me show you how I picked this color for the last house. My bee wallpaper that I love so much. The color here and the lighter part of the bee, I selected it because of that. And then I went with the Rockport Gray in the other room when I was at Groton House, because it was also working with the darker color of the bee. And then with the, let's see, the Butler's Pantry, even though it's a little deeper, it's very similar to the iron color that we had in our family room. So I'm sticking with these soft gray greens, and I don't want to go with a true green right now because I don't want to follow fads, and this has been my color palette all along, but I'm trying to make this house undateable. When people walk in, they can't say, oh my goodness, this was done in 2022. So this is my color palette that I'm working off of for these few rooms. And you might have heard me say that I might use the bee wallpaper in the front hall, but you never know. It might go in the Butler's Pantry. I didn't even pull this over here to see how it looks with everything. Let's see, let's take off these two. I think it's gonna be too casual for the Butler's Pantry from what I'm doing. But anyways, I love this little bee wallpaper and the colors. This also matches the pillows that I just brought into the store, and I'm gonna be getting more candles in stock that have all this color palette that I've had so many people say they love this color palette. I'm gonna have quite a few of those at the shop as well. But that's the plan right now. I've decided this is the Butler's Pantry, and let's see if I can, it has a beautiful little modeling of color there. And I'm hoping we can find a granite that has just the soft white modeling to look more like soapstone, because we do have one of the largest soapstone old quarries here locally, and I think that would be kind of cool. I wanted to show you, this is the sink that we had before also. I panicked a little bit because the vendors were all changing and some of the material changed. And luckily my daughter actually texted me a photo of her girlfriend's and it was white. And I'm like, that is the sink that we had. So I finally found it at Home Depot versus Lowe's. And it's a composite material. It actually has some quartz in it. The drain is actually near the back, so I have some more space to work in. And I really liked this sink before. So this is why I'm looking for the darker granite versus the lighter, because I want this to kind of disappear when you're looking at the counter. So I thought I would share that. This, once again, this is from Home Depot. This is black quartz and it's an undermount. And once the counters are measured, they will take the sink with them, or at least that's what they did last time. And then they also keep this on site and bring it back once they install the counters. So little by little, this puzzle is being put together. I still have to get my faucets, and I'm going to start ordering my handles now that the kitchen plan has been completed.